All right, y'all. So, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Up Next. Now, let him come back with another video. Hey, man, say, man, look, shout out to Gills Arena. All right, y'all. So, look, I was about to hop straight in the video without saying my intro. But listen, man, I seen a short where Stephen A. Smith went slap off on LeBron, but you didn't have none of that energy when he was in your face. Matter of fact, when you scroll down to the comment section, I be playing mind games with Braun. When he's here, I be quiet. When he leave, I be talking again. Ain't this the news that he ain't have any problems? He always courtside, talk face to face. Oh, I'm scared to say Bronny is trash. Yo, alright. Yeah, so look, I'm not finna sit here and waste my time. I have other videos to react to. I just want to see the part where he went off on LeBron James. That's it. Because the thing is, you didn't say none of that in front of his face. And he was right there face to face to you.
What do you make of LeBron confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
I thought it was weak.
Weak.
I thought it was some bullshit.
Weak.
But in the
Weak.
moment,
Weak.
I knew that I was listening to a father. Here's what happened. I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor. The founder of William Morris Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, had courtside seats right next to the Lakers bench. He had Larry David with him, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter.
You get embarrassed in front of them.
I'm sitting courtside.
You get embarrassed.
And I stand up, and then I got my head turned. And then I turned back around.
And you see these big
and a lot
ass
of people
niggas.
thought this was the end of the game or something like that. This was in the third quarter.
Yeah, on your ass.
Apparently, LeBron had walked out of the timeout, and I turn around, and he's right here in my
face, nigga. Yeah.
He said, yo, you got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop fucking with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, dog.
Yeah.
And he walked off.
You ain't say nothing about him yet.
So
you ain't say nothing about his son yet.
remember
you stopped talking about his son.
during a timeout in the first quarter,
nigga.
seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. And he had this sad look on his face. And I'm imagining Pop saw that shit. It hit him. Yeah. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up on me.
Stop it. It's the first quarter. He look over at you. You really think that nigga thinking about you? Stop it. Stop it. The next time that nigga Bron seen your ass, it was on sight. It was on sight, nigga.
And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you gotta talk about it. This is you and him. You gotta talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said, the first thing that I'm gonna do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was...
Gilbert, what are those? I am so distracted. What the fuck are those? Let's get back to the video. Because this he talking bullshit. Steven ain't talking bullshit right now. I'm trying to get to the juicy part where he was all riled up and things of that nature. Yeah, let's
glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me, then I wouldn't have been thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about...
Stop it. Stop it. Nigga, 6'8", down to 300 pounds of muscle. You talking about you would have came back at him. Bitch, stop it. When he leave, I'll be talking again. Stop it.
About you. you did this shit, which I'll get to in a second. But because he didn't do that, I said, fine, you let it go. Mind you, I just agreed to my contract. Courtside, that day was when it was announced. It's all over, everywhere. Watch it, I mean, right? Yeah. It's a nationally televised game. The cameras are rolling, and I'm like, if I do anything, this is gonna be a scene. Now, we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But
bitch, you weren't gonna do it if you worked for Walmart. You weren't gonna do it if you worked for Amazon. Bitch, you weren't gonna do it on your day off. You weren't gonna do it if you was homeless. Bitch, Stephen A., you ain't gonna say shit back to that nigga. I promise you. I promise you, the way he looked at you, you weren't saying shit. That nigga cussed you out in front of your face. That nigga bitched you, boy. Yeah, that nigga bitched you like a hoe in front of everybody, nigga. You officially a hoe now. You a bitch on life.
Once
you let LeBron bitch you.
I saw the tape.
You ain't hit him in the nuts or nothing.
Of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston. That was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation.
Okay.
Now let's get to the father thing. And I'm so glad y'all asked me about this shit because
that's what
all I would ask is that I've been around for 30 years. Tell me the parent that said they heard me talking about them. I've never done it. What happened was this man was the one that said, you want me, draft him. I'll come play anywhere he's at.
Oh my God. Now you want to get back on what LeBron say. Nigga, let's see you get riled up.
I fucking get it, right? It worked out for KJ in year 5. He listened, he got better, he did things, he was in a decent situation.
See what I'm saying?
I want to hear this shit,
No.
man. I want to hear
this. Underdog users are not on clip, but
he was, so he comes into the league, but it's not just about respect for him as a player. It's respect for how he handled his son coming into the league. You listen, you talk. I had to ask you about your son the other day. I've been hearing about his son for a while. I had to ask him about him. You understand what I'm saying? You got to ask. I mean, Melo, listen to Melo talk about how he had to step back. You know he was desperate for his son to go to Syracuse, but he didn't want to influence him. You said, Melo never talked about his son like that. You had to ask him. And so you see a lot of this stuff happen, and then you see this. And I'm like, so as a media member, now, this is the part y'all may not take into consideration. You don't have to care, but we do. If I don't say nothing. Wait a minute now. I would have said something about somebody else. I'd have said something before.
Okay.
How long am I supposed to go without doing my job? The brother is in the NBA.
You got a point. You got a point.
He is wearing a Lakers uniform.
You got a point.
So it's like, wait a minute here. You got to
Listen,
a point.
we not saying that Stephen A., you ain't got a point. We saying you let that nigga beat you. That's what we saying, nigga. We, the internet streets, are saying you let the nigga beat you in front of your face. That's what we saying, nigga. Come on, bro. Let's not change.
It left you no choice. So then all you could do is speak respectfully, but honestly. And then everybody was caught up in as a father. Yeah. And I'm like, come on, man.
Steve,
come on,
like
man.
Steve, this how simple it goes. It goes this simple.
Please.
He got a LeBron hater.
You've always been stand-up Steve. So whenever it's a situation that we looking to Steve to stand up, and they're trying to take that away from you, you got to look at it. From my perspective, I'm like, I'm always the one that's going to say something. Right? And I'm going to be always the one that's the hater. Because what I'm saying is in opposition to what everyone either believes or has been told.
Okay.
Nigga, you admitted to hating. I don't want to watch this video with no fucking more. Y'all want to watch this bullshit? Y'all want to waste y'all life on this bullshit? Go watch Guild Arena. But I don't want to watch this shit. That nigga a bitch. Oh, man, let me go back to this clip where this nigga was talking all the shit in the goddamn world, man. Let's go back to the short, man. Let's go back to the short, man. Come on.
When we're talking about the Lakers, that's about LeBron, not Bronny. Bronny wanted to get drafted by any NBA team. He wanted to hear his name. It was LeBron that wanted him as his.
Man, listen. That's not the clip I seen. That's not the clip I seen. Where's the clip that I seen? Where is it at? There it is, right there.
All you had to do was say, yo, I need you to stay. Don't leave this game. You didn't do that. You said you f***ing with my son. Oh, wasn't. I was talking about you. I was talking about you. I know he's number 55. I know he got work to do. I believe that he got potential to go pro. I truly believe that. It's going to be tough. And by the way, I'm rooting for him. I ain't rooting against nobody. But I was talking about you. You did this. You the one that had us as reporters, as a league, as an NBA franchise. All of us got to sit back and be quiet and capitulate to young. You did that. Respectfully, excuse my language, that's f***ed up. Number one, we know I'm right. Number two, we know the perspective that I'm coming from is real. Number three, he set this up. All you had to do was...
That nigga hurt. That nigga pride hurt. When he leave, I be talking again. Oh, God. I didn't see this energy when Bron confronted him. Stephen A. also the NBA players told NBA players he's not hard to find. He acting tough when LeBron not in his face. Oh, God. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Stephen A. Smith didn't have that same energy face to face. Stephen A. Smith's massive ego was hurt, and watching him cry about it is hilarious. He runs his mouth 24/7, and now he can't handle being checked. Oh, God. Nigga, did I get my 8 minutes? Because I'm done. I'm done. Video over. Next video. He a bitch.